Hello everyone and welcome to Primordial Empire version 0.3.0 Wildlife and Symbiosis update. We have a new tutorial for this update, making friends, and we will jump right in and see how you can befriend neutral organisms that have been included now. So we start here in this little cave grove and we will just start with the basics, get some vesicles, get some protein production and some food production for our stem cells. Now we're just exploring a little bit here, and as you see, the goal now is to collect DNA, because to befriend foreign organisms, the idea is that you have to build up a little bit of a brain. We will need to be building neurons. We've been doing this for the economic scenario already in the previous versions, and there it was just a scenario goal, get to 200 complexity for instance. And now, for the first time, we'll be using complexity constructively. The idea is, if you encounter these foreign organisms, the neutral organisms as they will be called, you get the option of befriending them only if you have a bit of a brain that allows you to actually understand these organisms and understand their ways, understand their needs, and then you will get the option of providing them with some resources, and if you do that, you will be securing their loyalty to you. And now you just saw down there was some other organism. Let's have a look. So this is a nomad cell. They are neutral and they are not actively hostile towards us, but they are omnivorous, so they will be able to eat food particles and cells that they encounter. And if you get too close with your stem cells, they will eat you. But that's, no hard feelings, it's just their way of life. They are not actively trying to destroy your colony like other enemies that we've introduced in the combat update. We are now ready to grow a little bit of a brain here. We need just 5 neurons for now and a minimum complexity of 10. If you use that little narrow passage down there, it's actually quite easy to get to even higher complexity with just 5 cells. Now over here we have some amber that we can harvest that also contains a lot of DNA that we can then use later for planting of neurons or also for befriending. So let's grab that and explore a little bit more. That stem cell just got eaten. And here, as you can see, since we planted a neuron now, we do get the option of befriending this, but we can't afford it yet. It costs 40 plasma, 10 DNA and 30 complexity. The first thing is we need to find and switch on the light. And if we explore a little bit, we can see there is this new neutral plant that is sitting on the fertile ground right there. So if we have a look, you can see, that's a wild glow plant. This can be befriended for much lower costs, and if you do that, it will switch on a light for you. And these plants will be encountered in the cave biomes, which don't have any natural light, but you can switch them on when you encounter them if you have a little bit of a brain grown already. Let's move past these nomads. They are luckily not hungry right now. Something must be feeding them down below. Okay, I just found this cluster of free floating minerals and we are going to grab that and also expand down here a little bit more. I'm also using the prioritization tool for bumping up the priority of these resources. As you can see here, these nomads, they are called nomads because they form these migratory paths. And they do actually migrate between their nests, so there must be another nest of them down there. Since we don't have enough complexity to befriend the nomads yet, we need to expand the neuronal network a little bit, and let's just do that. Once you have befriended these neutral plants, they will stay your friends. You don't have to pay any upkeep, so that's also something to consider. Even if the costs seem rather high initially, they will only be paid once. And if you later decide that you want to get rid of them using your combat units, you can still do that. You will still be able to mark these plants for attack, and you will get some resources from that. Okay, now we have enough. We can now befriend that. And what this does now is, first it gives us some bonus biomass, and you can see here this is a nomad cell that is from that clutch. It is now friendly, the others are still neutral. And what's happened is we've now seen the location of the other nomad clutches, so we can also befriend this one as soon as we have the resources, and then all the nomad cells will be friendly here, since these are the only two nests. There is a progenitor pod. These are actually the wild version of stem cells. You can see them floating around down there. They work in the same way as our stem cells do. They eat and divide, but we can befriend these pods and then they will start producing our stem cells instead. So this is a very neat way to get stem cells to a point where it's hard to get them. You can see one growing right there. There's also still some progenitor cells floating around. They just may get eaten by the nomads at some point. So this was basically the food source of the nomads that were traveling between these two nodes. And that's it. All of the nomads are now friendly, as you can see. And they will not eat our cells anymore, but they will give us some bonus biomass. They have revealed the location of the other nests for us, and now we have quite a nice little cozy colony here. And that's it. I hope this was informative for you, and let's see you in the next video where we'll be looking at the different biomes a little bit.